connected using Powtoon.
Okay, very quick update on this brake pipe saga. I've just come to put this new piece of pipe in, and there's the new nipple and there's the old one. It seems it's had a different size used in the past, but only on one of the 4 holes, so I'm wondering if they stripped the threads and rethreaded it and just put a bigger nipple in, because there's no way that one is the same thread as the standard ones. So I'm going to have to cut this flare off and reuse this thing. I don't know. Okay, we're back with another part of the van conversion and the brake pipes. We're still doing the brake pipes. It's taken weeks because we've had nothing but bad weather, so I just abandoned it until the bad weather went away. So yesterday I managed to get back underneath and get the old flexi pipes off and make up new connecting pieces that'll join the compensator valve back into the original steel pipes where I cut them. So I just splice these in to make up for the bit that I chopped off. I've had to use one of the old connectors because it's a thicker thread size than the 10mm ones. I think that one's a 12mm. I didn't have any of those, so I've had to put the old one back on, clean the head up a bit for the spanner, so it now takes a 10mm, not an 11mm spanner. But that's going to go back in and join the compensator valve back up, and all will be good. I'm a bit worried about the flares and the shape of them and sealing them. I don't know what people's views are on thread tape or stuff, but I don't know. I'm not sure whether to put any on or not, so I may or may not do and just not mention it, leave you guessing. Right, the old flexi pipes, they had to be cut off because they were so rusted and mangled that I couldn't get the ends out, so I had to chop the pipe, grind the end down and then just pull it through. But they're going in the bin. Except for the springs. The springs can be useful. If you're into mountain biking and you use a thicker inner core cable, the springs on the brakes of a standard mountain bike sometimes don't fully retract the pads off the wheel because they've got to work with the thicker, stronger cable. So these springs are very good for putting between the 2 arms of the brakes just to help push it back and pull. So I'll be saving the springs off them, but yeah, the ends of these are manky. They're not in the best of condition that they could be, and I don't know how many years old these are, but they soon start to get cracks in the rubber, and that's just, come on, focus camera, that's just not good because eventually they'll split. All your brake fluid will end up on A19 or whatever, and you won't have any brakes. So we have a couple of nice shiny new ones. Very tight spring on these. Yeah. That's right, trying to never mind. Yeah, but yeah, they're nice and new, the 2 of them. They're getting put around next. But disaster. I showed you the flaring tool before, that makes these nice flares on the end of the pipe. Well, it's had an accident, and the actual shaping part of the tool that I can't think of the name of, I don't think it's a die, but it could be, but its nipples fell off. Now the issue with that is, when you come to put this onto there with the pipe in the middle, try to line it up, it goes off centre, and then you end up with this happening. It mushrooms sideways and you end up with an unusable nipple. So I'm a bit shafted now. Fortunately it happened when I was doing this one, which is the one I came to do last. As you can see, it's a bit off centred. It took me a couple of attempts and that was the best I could manage once it had bust. but it should sit in the hole and it should seal. The only way to find out is to try it and see. And if it doesn't, then I'll have to pop on eBay and get myself another one of these, which means buying a whole kit, but they're only about £8 because they're cheap and nasty and made in China from Chinesium, so they don't cost a great deal. But well, I'll see how it goes. I might get away with it, I might have to order another one and then I'll be delayed for another week. But up to now, we seem to be going okay, and I'll have these on it next few hours, and then I can take the wheels off, get it down on the ground, take the wheels off and start and bleed them through, and then we should have 4 fully working brakes and be MOT ready, and go and see what they have to say about anything else with it, because I can't find anything underneath it that seems to be wrong, so I better crack on because the day is only going to get colder. So I might take my camera underneath and when I've got these on and just walk through them, but for the moment that's where we've got to. That's 5 minutes up, so we'll see. Bye for now. Oh dear. Well, we would have been at the end of the job, and about an hour from now I think I would have had the wheels back on the ground, but notice the error. They've sent me the wrong Rexios, as these are female to female, and they've sent me female to male. Just love eBay. Okay, we're back here under the van again, and we've got that flexi pipe on, and you'll see at this end here, that's just coming to focus, we've got this spring clip which stops the pipe from pulling backwards through on either of these mounting points. And the issue I've got with those is I don't have any for this side. So my bracket here, my pipe, and up there we've got that one kind of sorted and set to go. But what I don't have is any more of those spring clips. Don't come supplied with the hoses. So I'll just get that in there, and then we can bend it and get that into there, and that's in. It's got its metal piece to, I could do with bending it over somehow to some more clearance. I don't like it swinging it together. Maybe just bending that bracket might help, but we'll get into that. I'll see how that goes. I will win. But anyhow, I've come up with a bit of a solution. And that temporary setup there, that's my solution. A big copper washer on this side of the brake pipe, which I've not got this tight, it's just a demo. This on this side with a big copper washer and then a spring. That spring there stops that going through, keeps quite a bit of tension on it, and as I tighten that down it's going to get even more tensioned. So there's his answer, because I didn't get the correct part with either end, and I tried going around all the motorist shops to buy the bit I needed and nobody had them, so I went to the spring shop. We have a spring, so now I can get on with fitting these pipes, which I'll just give you a pause while I do that. And there we are. Oh, plumbed back up at that side, plumbed back up at this side. I even found, as I was working on the original spring, so I've only had to do my modification on the top side. But you can see how it works. It's to stop it pulling back through that way, and mine does the exact same thing. There's a bit more axis of movement in mine, but it can't go nowhere. I've bent the bracket to give it some space behind here, so that's not going to be catching on there now. We're all put back up here in the centre. We've got us pipes connected back up, so now it's a case of filling it back up and seeing how we go. So, and then we're back to my smuggling compartments, which as you can see, they're a good depth and they're a good width. Some are 16 inch, some are 12, but that'll be where the extra batteries go. I've got 1, 2, 3 this side and 2 the other. I'll keep the batteries out of the way, and then I've got all that space there to put my heater in. And when my heater's in, it gets bagged with this insulation jacket, which I managed to get off one of the free groups on Facebook, so thanks to the person that gave me that. That'll be up there. Spare batteries in here, and a few other bits might get hidden away underneath. That will save them taking up space top side. Better to get them down here out of the way. They're not going to get wet because I'll weatherproof things when I put them in, but I might even be able to get the computer system that's going to go in maybe tucked down here as well out of the way. There's a big space here behind the spare wheel. You can't see that in the dark, but it's a moderate size, so I might get that in there. So, right, I better go get some brake fluid put in. Here we are, back under again, back with this pipe, which is fine. And this wheel, where's my hand? My hand's gone. Where's my hand? There's my hand. This wheel, that's been done. Spread that one off, as you can see by the fluid on the back of the tyre. And that side should now be fine. So now we come to this side, and I'd just like to point out that this silver metal is not an official jacking point at all. But there we go. Without a bit of stupidity and danger, what would life be? Anyhow, the blade nipple on that side, it snapped off, so I'm going to have to take the entire thing apart. So I'm going to have to start by undoing this flexi, because when I come to take it does that, and there's a name for it, and it's going out the rear cylinder. When I come to take that off, since the nipple was so rusted in, it snapped. When I undo the pipe, it's a good guess that's going to snap too, so I'm going to end up having to either put a new end on the pipe or replace the pipe, so I might as well just, I don't know to replace the pipe now. So here's where we are with this one. I've got the cover off, and I've tried to straighten out the bit in the end. I've come to take this off, and I know I did have a 36 socket, and I've checked everywhere, and I thought, hey, I found it, but when I check it, this one's only a 34. I did have a 36, I don't know what's happened to it. Sounds a bit, it's been stood a while, so I'm going to have to get this off. There's not much else I can do. I'm going to have to go and buy a 36, or wait until I can find someone with one and borrow it off them, but that's going to cost me another day of sitting on my arse. And it's a nice sunny day today, and it's doing well, it's warm, so I want to crack on. Once I've got this done, I can book an MOT and sort it out. I need to replace the clip on here, because that's not staying fastened to this, so I think just a couple of cable ties through that hole that way, and then one that way, and that'll keep that up out of the way. And then I might take this other one here, which is in its mounts, but it's not that good, and I think I might bring that here and fasten that as well and do them both together, and then they're not going to flop about. But I don't know. Two of the bolts had stripped threads because, as I said about the front wheel, they're only a short bolt. They only, as you can see when you push them in, they go in that far before they even start to bite, so you don't get many full turns on them. It only goes in so many threads, and the guys put alloy wheels on this and use the same short bolt, so they've only kind of been gripping on 1 or 2 threads, which is then managed to virtually strip. So bought a new set of wheel bolts. Well, yeah, new, got them from scrapyard. The charge bit same price as new, I'm bloody sure. But I'll get them on when I put my wheels back on. I'll use my new bolts. The old seem fine. It's just damaged the thread on the bolt. So, but no, I'm off to the shop to buy one of these. It's the only way to get something done. Okay, I managed to get the nut off with the whizzy gun. None of that magic spray they use on TV. You won't catch me using that. I've seen that on them TV shows. They spray it on and it falls off, but well, I went to Asda and didn't have any in stock, so. But now we're down to yeah, now I remember years ago these used to be fun to get off, especially if they've got an automatic adjuster. I'll take this off and get back to you. I'm not sure how this one comes off. I'm going to have to have a poke about, and I'll need 2 hands and can't hold the phone and get on the back, so I'll go pull that off next. After a while we're getting nowhere, hammering for over an hour, and there is some movement now. It is starting to come up. They are starting to pull everything through. I mean, in the past I've just had these come off in your hand, the bearing and everything comes off in one. I've even ended up with a piece of iron between the two and using the bolts, tightening to pull it forward. And I managed to move this thing, ooh, maybe 4mm in all that time. And then I thought, this is in my way, so I undid that and I took that off, and I found once you've undone that, this kind of comes off much easier, and as you can see it's just working its way off now. You see, it seems it's not all one piece after all. It is a drum on a bearing hub. So I've been hammering and hammering, trying to pull this bearing through all this time for nothing. But it gets me out in fresh air, doesn't it? So there we are. I had to put you down a minute, use 2 hands to get into here, but well, I don't seem that old. So can't have been that much time since I was off. These seem nice and shiny, so I think these must have done within 12 months, so I don't need to worry about doing them. I can't see much of a date on there to work anything out from, but nah. 23/12, I suppose it could have been 23rd week of 2012, and then stuck on a shelf in a store for a while, but no, we seem okay. Here's the cylinder that I've got to take off. I've already took the screws out the back. I couldn't get the pipe to come undone or have another go at that, but I think I may end up snapping that pipe and just putting a new end on it. So, back in a second. Well, there we have it. It's off. I cut the pipe with my cutter because there was no chance of getting this undone. That's just got just too far gone, so chopped it off. I should now be able to pull that off with a socket, and then I've got the other half of the nipple that's well stuck in here. That might need a bit of drilling out. If I'm lucky, I might get the bit of the old nipple out, otherwise I'm just going to have to buy a whole new one of these. Didn't want to, don't like buying. You go into shops and they take money off you. I suppose they can't give you parts for free, but it would be nice if they did. If you just went back and says, I want one of these, oh yeah, I have one, we'll do you a swap. But it's not how everything's ever going to work, so I'll see if I can pull the old one out with a drill and maybe a stud extractor. I think I know somebody with a set of stud extractors, otherwise I'm just going to be doing it the hard way with a screwdriver. But we'll see. I might get it out, I might not. Well, we're back with a nice shiny new back wheel cylinder. The only issue is that pipe. It's now too short to go into that clip. There's just not enough pipe, so it's going to catch on the back subframe there. So in the morning, so I'm going to quit for today. Now it's starting to get dark, so I'm going to quit for now, and in the morning I'm going to scrap that brake pipe and put another new brake pipe on, and then this side we've had a new cylinder and new pipes all the way through, so I just put a new pipe on. It's easier than messing about, but it's getting a bit chilly, so I'm calling it a day. See if we can get it to focus on that finger there. Like that? That one. Because that end is kind of detached from the finger. Oh dear. I just chopped the end of my finger. Oh. It's now been a couple of minutes and it's starting to bleed, and as you can see my fingernails on the top of my finger, not inside it, and we're split all the way round and starting to drip a bit now, so I suppose hospital, as much as I am not so keen on them.